Alrighty, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of After the Buzzer. And we just witnessed an instant classic, an overtime thriller between the Nets and Bucks, and two of the best words in sports history, Game 7. Like I said, it was just a crazy, crazy overtime game where the Bucks ended up pulling away with the win, 115 to 111. And KD was just absolutely insane this game. He played, 50? He had to play at least, he probably played 50 minutes. He played 53 minutes to correct myself with 48 points and a near triple-double. And he was just unstoppable. Going to the end of the fourth quarter, the Nets were down by 2. Steve Nash draws up a play. Of course, KD was being KD out there. He had 40-something points at that point, so why not drop a play for him? James Harden was kind of struggling again, and he has not been 100% this full series. So that was also a reason why they lost the series. Of course, Kyrie Irving was also out for half the series, but we'll get to that later. But KD gets the ball, and he just hits this insane fadeaway over PJ Tucker to tie the game with the second left. The Bucks didn't end up scoring, so it went to overtime. But KD was this close to sending the Bucks home, and his foot was barely on the line, of course, which is a 2. So he tied the game up. It went to overtime, and the Bucks ended up pulling away. But I think that I would not take this as the statement that the Bucks are better than the Nets at all. I mean, at all. We have Spencer Dinwiddie, of course, who is still not even playing, but he is now, as of the report today, according to Woj, expected to decline his player option and become a unrestricted free agent. And, I mean, it kind of isn't really surprising to me because he would never get the ball. He would literally be a bench player for the Nets. But, yeah, I just really think that this Nets team has way more to prove than what they proved this series. Like I said, it started out with Harden injuring his hamstring. He was out for games 1 and 2 and part of 3. No, I think it was maybe I can't remember. I know that at least it was games 1 and 2. And then Kyrie Irving, of course, injured his ankle in game 5 or 4 was it, and he was out for the rest of the series. And Harden was never 100% throughout the whole entire series. He was out for half the series, and he was never 100% for the whole entire series. So it gives a reasoning why the Bucks beat this Nets team. The Bucks never had any injuries this series. Well, the Nets had 2 of their top big 3 injured at least for half the series, or for most of the series, because you would Harden out for half the series. Right when he comes back, you've Irving injured and out. But KD really stepped up, and I think that the Nets are going to have a bigger chance. And I think that next season, they're going to really need to win it because next season James Harden is a free agent. I would not be surprised if he did resign, but they're all getting to that mid-30s point where they're not going to really be as good as they are right now. They're all in their basically primes right now, and I think that next season they kind of need to win it, or else I think that next season might be their best chance because this season they only played with the big 3 only played with each other for half the season, and they didn't really have too much chemistry. But next season they're going to have all the chemistry. They're going to know how to play with each other. They're going to hopefully be able to stay healthy, and I think that next season is win or go home. I think that next season is their best chance of winning the whole entire playoff series. But major credits to Giannis. I mean, we know that we've been criticizing this dude for his whole entire career. So major credits for him being able to get to the Eastern Conference Finals is this the first time? No, it can't be. I'm not really sure, but he dropped 40 points, 13 rebounds. He also played 50 minutes. Middleton had 52 minutes, and he only hit 23 points. He's got to step up in those Eastern Conference Finals. I mean, we'll see later tonight whether we have the Hawks or Sixers against the Bucks in the Eastern Conference Finals, but in my prediction, I think it's going to be the Sixers. But he's going to have to step up. I mean, he can't really be 2 for 7 from 3 and 9 for 26 from the field goal line from the field in a game 7 in the East semifinals in overtime. But yeah, I think that all these guys played well. Drew Holiday turned into Eric Bledsoe. It looked like he was Eric Bledsoe out there. Now he did play good defense. Now going over to the overtime, KD did miss the game winner, the 3-point shot game winner that would have sent the Bucks home because they were down by 2. Steve Nash should have called timeout there. I think that you literally have a timeout to drop a play and give your players a rest for a couple seconds, and that's exactly what it's used for. And Steve Nash didn't use that timeout right. I guess maybe just let your players use a play, but you have only 5 seconds, and obviously KD's going to have to take a tough shot, but Drew Holiday did do a good job contesting that shot that turned into an air ball. But yeah, he didn't really play too well. Brook Lopez did play pretty well. He had 19 But that will wrap up the video. The Bucks are now the first Eastern Conference Finals member in the 2021 playoffs. We have 3 out of the 4 conference finals members, and we'll have the 4th being later tonight. But we do have game 1 of the Western Conference Finals between the Suns and Clippers coming literally in a couple hours. So that video of the Western Conference Finals preview is probably literally up by now. So make sure you go check that out. But until then, we'll see you in the next one. Have a great day. Peace.